You setting up a new bow, or maybe you just upgraded your rest, but you don't know how to install it? Let me show you. Welcome to the Knocked Up Outdoors how-to series, complete bow setup. So in our last video, we learned how to tie our D-loop. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to install a drop-away rest. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you ring the bell below if this helped you out. And make sure you smash that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any content we got coming out in the future. So here, I'm going to be installing the Vapor Trail Gen7x drop-away rest. Rests are different for a couple different reasons. I used to run the QAD rest on here, and the only thing different about that one is you're actually going to be installing your cable-driven cable into the cables. So a few things that you're going to need to get started or get this process done. Set of Allen keys, some D-loop string, lighter and utility knife, string level, and arrow level. Obviously your rest and all the accessories and components and parts. An arrow eventually. And then one of the Sierra Archery bow clamps. And then obviously your bow. Now with this Gen7X, it is a limb-driven bow. So we aren't going to need to press the bow or anything like that and tie it off into the cables. But if you were installing one of those QAD rests or even an older model Vapor Trail, you would install in the cables, you'd need your bow press, the ultimate limbs, the socket wrench, and then also a string splitter in order to easily get your D-loop material into that. But in this, I'm going to cover this Vapor Trail Gen7X. If you guys have questions about the QAD and want me to do a video on it, let me know in the comments below. So let me hop right into this. I've got my bow set up in this clamp. And first things first, what you want to make sure that you do is make sure your bow is level in all terms, right? So how we're going to do that is I've got the string level here. Pop this onto the string, and it's got two different levels. It's got your side to side, one here that you guys can probably see, and it's got one on top that you guys can't see for this direction, right? Let's just make these little micro adjustments on where the bow needs to be set up and perfectly level. You want the bow level first because our Gen7X Vapor Trail comes with a level on it, and if our bow isn't level, then our level on the rest won't be level either. Now that we have our bow completely level, we don't need our levels anymore for the time being. We can get right into this install. I'm going to bring you guys a little closer, that way I can show you all the goods. Got the rest itself, the mounting screw. They send you with some black D-loop material, which is super nice. And then this goes on your limb in order to hold the cable. They send you with one of these two, which actually sits right here in order to hold your arrow whenever it's not in use, so it doesn't bang against the carbon, so it's pretty cool. There is a tiny little set screw here that comes fully torqued all the way down that you're going to want to unscrew, so that way you have a nice flat butt backing on there. If you don't, you'll get it won't be level, and it'll be super hard to install. So this set screw, sometimes it comes in there, sometimes it's at the bottom or over here. It just depends on where it comes in, and you can move that around in the location that you need to, depending on the location of your bow. So unscrew that all the way, and I'll get back to it here in just a second. Goes on the outside here, and you take this mounting screw right through what they call burger hole. You just want to snug this up just enough, right? To where you can still kind of maneuver it. Now, it has the ability to slide back and forth depending on things that are going on with your bow in general. So in my case, this roller arm here, if I were to put this all the way, I make contact with this roller arm on the front side. So what I'm going to do is push this all the way to the riser. And then it comes with a little bubble level here on the side. And there's a little tick mark for the exact center. And what you want to do is find your exact center, because our bow is already level, and torque this down. Double check we did everything right, and we should be good to go. As long as you're making contact with your riser somewhere, go ahead and tighten that set screw down, just to hand tighten. So that way you're not going to be spinning around anywhere. Next step here is we're going to use these little micro adjusts that they have to adjust the elevation and windage. So let me flip you around, that way you can see this side. We'll throw an arrow in. So the way that this vapor trail works is this arm is always spring loaded, and it will always be in the down position, and then when you draw back it comes up, and then when you release it goes back down again. So that's how this works. There's a little retention spring in here. But before we get to how that operates, what we're going to do is we're going to slide an arrow. And we already know that our knock point is perfect because of the last video you guys watched. Let's take our arrow level, throw this on the tip of the arrow, a couple inches back. With this here, you can see our bubble is off to the side here, and I need it to be in the middle, which means this needs to raise up to about here. So in order to do that, we have these nifty little elevation and windage tools on the backside. This set screw here, controlled by this knob, is your elevation, and then this set screw on top controls this knob, and that's your windage left and right. So we're going to unscrew both of those set screws and then play with our elevation and windage until we are good to go. So first one we're going to do is elevation, just because that's easier. Just got to make sure this arrow is straight. Unscrew this little set screw here. And twist the knob up until you see that arrow moving up, until that bubble slides over and we are sitting pretty. Now, in order to do the initial set on the windage, you're still going to want to unscrew this just a titch and move that knob I was talking about to where your arrow is sitting with your string. So if you step back, close your non-dominant eye, you can line your string up in your eye with the middle of your handle, and then you can see where your arrow needs to go. And then once your arrow disappears behind your string, you're good to go. Now that doesn't fix it completely, but it does give you a starting point for when we get over to paper tuning. So now this is set up where our arrow is perfectly level coming out of our knock points, which is perfect. And our windage is as close as we can get at eye level with our string lining up perfectly down the center of our handle. So that's all we can do as far as install goes for that before we get to paper tuning, and then we can get in here and micro adjust these. The last step on this vapor trail, or in any rest for that matter, is to attach the driver cable. And in this case, it is limb driven. So I'm going to attach it to the bottom limb here because I bought the one that gives me the capability to do that, to keep it out of the way of my quiver and stuff. It's not a huge deal up or down, it's just personal preference. But on this one, it is limb driven. So let me get into the install of that real quick. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is Vapor Trail gives you this little, I don't know, it's like a little 3M sticky thing that's for your limb that the D-loop material sits in so your cable doesn't slide back and forth. Peel that off the end. Make sure your limb's nice and clean. And since I'm installing this on the bottom limb, I'm just going to come down here and eyeball it for about straight underneath, right in the middle of my limb. Press that on. Give it a press for a few seconds. not super imperative, the location of this, just a clean look if you can eyeball it to where it's almost directly underneath your rest where the cable is actually going to tie into. Now that that's on, we will get into the tying of the knot. So let me pull you guys in a little closer and show you the bottom of this. This deal right here is what I just stuck on. It is in the middle of my limb, left and right. Kind of see it? And lines up almost perfectly with my wrist. So that's what I was just doing. Now we're going to tie this cable. All right, so in order to tie this on the bottom limb, you're going to come down and then you're going to wrap it around one whole time, just like this, okay? And when you cinch this down, you're going to want to make sure it's in the middle of that funky looking pad we put on earlier, okay? Get you a little bit of slack on it. Got the tag end over here and the main string here. What you're going to want to do is come around the back side of the main string, just like that, and then feed the tag underneath, in between there, and pull it through. And we're sitting like that for now. And it might wiggle on you, but it's all right. And then from here, still got the tag end over here and the main string here. We're going to come back around the back side, the main string, and then pop into the hole here, just like that, to where we're making this loop. And we're going to cinch it up tight. And it will cinch on itself and continue to do so when you work in this cable back and forth. And there you have it. That's nice and tight. And on the underside here, we're sitting pretty in the middle of that funky looking sticker thing. I'm going to cut this off. About a 1/4 inch to spare. Fan it out, just like we did our D-loop in the last video. And now we are nice and tight down below, and we can work on putting this in on the rest portion. Now that we have our activation cable tied to our bottom limb, this roller here allows me to put this on the bottom. If you don't have this or have the ability to put it on the bottom limb, then you can unscrew these 2 screws here, take it off, and just install it as normal. Take this set screw here, unscrew it. Now this set screw is loose, and I'm going to feed it up through the back side of this roller, down underneath the guard. We're going to depress where the arrow sits, and then tie our activation cord in, because that's how we want it to sit until we come to full draw. And once we're at full draw, it'll be sitting up here, exactly level where we want it. We have our activation cord here. We're going to pull it tight, pull this lever down, which in turn makes this go up, and then wrap our D-loop material around that set screw. Now you don't want to be yanking on this super tight, or else it's going to fling up whenever you're going to get some backlash, but you want it to be taut enough just to hold it in place. And then we're going to cinch this set screw down around the material. And now we can then again cut the tag end of this off. Just a little tag end that will stay out of the way of the rollers. Now, just as before, our arm is down how it should be because we're at full, and then when I come to full draw, this will lift up, allowing me to shoot my arrow. So there you have it. Vapor Trail Gen 7X installed, secured, leveled with our arrow, and activation cord tied in. Let me know if you got any questions. We'll move on to our next video where I will teach you guys how to install a sight and then teach you guys how to paper tune this Vapor Trail to get the most out of your bow. You guys stay knocked up.